EPIA to Vene Wahiri, EPIA San, EPIA Fema, Wahia Obibi Negehai, Esan, oh ye, Okano Semonsa, no blood power, Virili, Esako, Amo Wudi. I bring greetings from EPIA's headquarters to all Edo indigenous people, both in the south, north, and in the central. I want to check up on all Edo indigenous people wherever you all are, and I hope we are all doing well. And I encourage us that no matter the situation we find ourselves, that we should keep our head above the water and stay positive, because we are very important people and we have decided to bond ourselves together as one people from the same ancestral trace and from the same aborigine. For those of us who are not familiar with me, I'm your humble servant, your son, your brother, your indigenous family member, the founder president, Edo Progressive Indigenous Association, popularly known as Edo Indigenous Movement worldwide. I want to thank you for tuning into this broadcast, and I believe whatsoever I'm about to say at the moment, that you and I will enjoy the benefit of it. Now, I believe it is very important for us to pay careful attention to this particular topic of insecurity matters roaming around the world and all over the social media, including articles and news everywhere in the world. It is very important for our Edo indigenous people to take into cognizance about the fact that Edo indigenous people are currently, majority of them are still currently living in Edo State, and they are also well. Yes, we have security challenges here and there, and we also do believe that security challenges is applicable to every part of the world, in every country, and in every location that humans are sighted. It is our responsibility as Edo indigenous people to put the positive image of our dear state and our background first, no matter what is happening in our state. And I implore each and every one of us to cultivate the habit of always putting forth good images, positive news, and information that is likely to attract investors and to attract tourists into our state. For some of us, it's already a habit for us to be posting and to be resending negative news that is capable of polluting potential investors from different parts of the world. That shouldn't be our habit. Yes, should we have the security challenges in our state, we know that there is security challenges. And the wisest thing to do is to synergize with Edo Indigenous Movement, or to synergize with our local traditional rulers or leaders in the state, and including the governor of the state, and figure out the best solutions or the best approach to deal with these situations. Rather than posting issues or circulating negative information about our state, we in EPIA completely condemn negative messages. We do not solicit or take part in any negative messages that comes out of Edo State. We are pro-positive messages. We are pro-positive positive impact in our state, and that is our habit. And I want to implore you to be a part of this movement of peace, of creativity, of positive visions that we have a mark to be achieved within now and in the future. I will not forget to mention that EPIA has decided to take the insecurity matters head on. We believe that the solution to dealing with issues is what we focus on, rather than dwelling on the negative impact of the problem. We look at the solution itself to that problem, rather than looking at the problem. So right now, we have decided to take a bold step to meet up with the Commissioner of Police so that we can further discuss the solution of insecurity and headers' negative impact, headsmen negative impact in our dear state. Yes, it's concerning to us. We have called on the governor of Edo State in one of our articles to turn down, completely eradicate open grazing in Edo State. And we stand by it. And we believe that such move will help us curb the issue of the negative impact of the headers in our state. But above all, I want you to understand that in as much as these negative messages applying all over the social media, all over the news, and all over the articles, I will tell you one thing for sure, that as it stands today, Edo State still stands as one of the most private construction attraction center in Nigeria. As I speak to you right now, I don't think there is any state in Nigeria that has more development constructions than Edo State. Thousands and hundreds of people are constructing in Edo State, to the point that even cement and rods are flying through the roof. Do your research in Edo State. You realize that it is only in Edo State that even all these vendors and all these producers are increasing their construction materials that is going above the roof. Rather than we focusing on passing those negative news that is capable of scaring our people to come and invest in the state, let us focus on the good news. Because as I speak to you, I don't think there is anywhere, if there is any, it shouldn't be more than Abuja, Lagos, or Port Harcourt, that has as much construction, developmental construction, than Edo State. Why don't we circulate such a news? Why don't we run away with such a news, rather than focusing on the negative part of it? So I call on you to strip yourself off of the negative news, off of the habit of circulating negative news around the world, so that even you, your brothers and sisters anywhere in the world, can put their hands together with the leaders of Edo State, the government of Edo State, and the indigenous people of Edo State to create a positive impact and enjoy the benefit of this new era dynamic developmental impact that is currently going on in the private sector. I tell you that focusing on those negative news will only deprive you from taking advantage of the new wave of development in Edo State. There is a serious development in Edo State right now in the private sector. Do not be deceived by any members of families and friends or allies who are infested with negative news about Edo State. Rather, focus on being a part of those people who are taking advantage of the lands in Edo State. We want you as an indigene to come and invest in Edo State. We want you as an Edo indigene to come and buy land, develop it, because things are becoming extremely expensive in Edo State. Building materials are being politicized right now in Edo State. And that is what we, the Edo indigenous people, should be looking at, how to curb this unnecessary increment. I think there was one of our articles that we brought out, reaching out to Labor Congress, Labor Union, the Bar Association, and also civil society organizations, to kick against all this unnecessary increment of even fuel and building materials, so that indigenes and citizens in Edo State and around the world can come to our dear state and invest. But I will tell you one thing for sure, that if you put your ears on the ground, you realize that the magnitude of private construction development in Edo State is unbelievable. You should come and be a part of it. You should take a part of it, because we don't want a situation whereby non-indigens will buy the whole of our land and invest in it all, and at the end of the day you become a tenant in your own land. Rather than them we mortgaging our future, let us take advantage now and strip our mentality away from the negative news. Now, as far as we are concerned, we are going to partner with the police. We're going to partner with the police, Nigerian police force, by meeting up, as I likely said earlier said, that we're meeting up with the Commissioner of Police on Tuesday to discuss issues on how we can partner with them, and also how we can spread out our tentacle as indigents to secure our land and our border. You should be a part of that. Speak to your brothers and sisters. Speak to any Edo indigenous person that you know. Unity is the power, and that is where we are missing it. And that is what you need to do, to call your brothers and sisters. If you know any ESA person, any Benin person, any Afema person, a donor person, call all of them to join EPIA as an Edo indigenous movement, for us to put a solution, a lasting solution, as in Edo indigenous movement is the last mile solution to the problem that we have in Edo State. So we're counting on you and your family members and allies to join hands together with EPIA. As you can see, the logo here, with 3 senatorial districts putting their hands together to lift up Edo map. Join hands with us as we unite to put forth a solution to Edo State and Edo indigenous people's problem once and for all. Go to our website and register with us at www.edoindigens.org. www.edoindigens.org. Register there and be a part of this noble, dynamic, and positive driven movement. And I will see you in our united front as we make positive impact for the future. Long live Edo indigenous people. Up EPIA, empower the indigens. Oba Ratokbe, he said.